Hey, I'm back, and today I thought I'd just do a quick video with MAutovolume. So I really wanted to do this because some people have questions about it, and even for me, when I first used it, I was like, what is this doing? Is it actually doing something? But now I'm using it on pretty much every single video I do. And not just for music, but like I said, on these videos, when you're hearing my voice, I imagine right now I'm using it on there. And the reason is it's really good for evening out vocals. But let's get into it. Let's listen to what I have here. It's just a demo of me speaking. Okay, now let's do a speaking demonstration. This will be the medium volume. This will be the softer volume. And this will be the louder volume. Let's see if we can even these out. Okay, so as you heard there, I have 3 different volumes, and the soft is pretty soft, but sometimes this happens, sometimes I'm moving farther away from the mic, or I'm moving closer to the mic, or even when I'm playing guitar, some parts are very soft, some parts are loud, and I want to even those out sometimes because, if it's just by myself, it's like, oh, it's kind of nice to hear those different dynamics in your playing, but if you have drums and bass and synthesizers behind you, sometimes your playing gets lost, so that's where something like MAutovolume can help. So let's go in here, open it, and I'll show you the 2 things that I normally do. It's very easy. I leave everything alone except for 2 things. I turn the look ahead up to about 50%. You can turn it up a little bit more or less. And then I go through, I listen to part of it, and I turn the output down so the output more closely matches the input. And that's about it. Let's hear it. Okay, now let's do a speaking demonstration. This will be the medium volume. Okay, so all I did was just move the output down until it matched the input. So let's hear the whole thing now, and hopefully it'll be closer to even. Okay, now let's do a speaking demonstration. This will be the medium volume. This will be the softer volume. And this will be the louder volume. Let's see if we can even these out. Okay, so there you go. I think you probably heard like, hey, it's a little bit louder and this is a little bit softer, but sometimes this is too subtle, and when you hear it in the context of a song, it's like, oh, that does make a difference, but it's so subtle you sometimes can't hear it. So let me show it to you. I'll freeze it so you can actually see the difference. This track 2, this is the exact same file, and you should be able to see a difference when I do this. Okay, so I turned the volume down, but you see everything's turned down, and you see this middle part is much closer in volume to this part. But we can actually do more if you want to. So you see the sensitivity here, it says 50%. The sensitivity is related to the range. So the range now is set at 24 decibels, which means it can go up a maximum 24 decibel increase or decrease. Since I have it on sensitivity of 50%, it's only going to raise it or lower it by 12 decibels. But if I move it up, it should do more raising and lowering of the volume. So we'll do that, and then let's look at it again. Now it's much closer in volume. I'll let you listen to it if you want. You can hear how it sounds. Okay, now let's do a speaking demonstration. This will be the medium volume. This will be the softer volume. And this will be the louder volume. Let's see if we can even these out. Okay, so you heard there, like, those are almost all the exact same volumes. And one thing that's good about this that you may not get in a compressor is you see there's still peaks in there. So you can have those small dynamic peaks in your playing. It's just the larger ones that are evened out. But sometimes you might say, like, hey, it is like changing my dynamics in a way I don't want it to. And then you can mess with these settings like the slow, ultra slow, etc. So if you have an instrument like, let's say, a slow violin part or horn part, or I don't know, I guess you wouldn't really use a synth pad. It's probably not useful for that. But anything like a ballad vocal, you might want to try the medium or slow settings. And you can also try, if you really want to cut into the dynamics in your peaks, use the extreme settings. And if you want more fine tuning that you can't get here, mess with the speed, and that'll help you. So doing things with the sensitivity and the speed will really help you make it sound more natural. The range and the sensitivity work together well. if you have the sensitivity at 100% all the time and you have the range at like 24 decibels, moving up and down quickly 24 decibels, or I guess a maximum of 48 decibels, sounds unnatural. So you want to mess with the speed or mess with the sensitivity so it's not moving up and down quite so quickly. The look ahead will help because if you have it off, it may not catch a peak. Look ahead will cause latency, but sometimes you want that, and I probably wouldn't use this in real time anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. But this is a great thing for dialogue and other things, and if you're using on other instruments besides your voice, you can also use the detector high pass and low pass filters. So if, let's say, you're really close to the microphone, you can cut out some of the low end, for example. That might be a use you have, or something else, maybe you have too much high end, you can cut that out too. So really useful plugin overall. Check it out. It has a demo. And if you have any questions about it or anything I didn't cover here, leave it below. Until next time, see you.